Hey guys, it's a beautiful morning and I thought I would just come on here and show you how I do my OLAPLEX treatments. As a disclaimer, I just want to say I use OLAPLEX because I find it has worked for me. When my hair was incredibly damaged a few years ago, I tried it and loved the results and have been using it ever since. I will also say that when I first started using it, I used it I think twice a week for the first 2 weeks and then once a week, and then I've now gotten down to once a month. I did also cut off a lot of the damage, but that just helped me get through until I was able to do so. Before I ever used OLAPLEX on my whole head, I also did a test strand on just the front piece to see how it would look, and it turned out fine, so that's why I continued to use it for my whole head. Some people have been allergic to it. I know they did change the one ingredient that there was a concern about regarding the perfume, and if you're someone who is sensitive to those types of things, there's a lady called Fo Adani on here. I believe she's a PhD, and she has some information about what to do if you are sensitive, as well as Stephanie Marrow, who was very involved in trying to get justice over the whole Diva Curl thing. However, I'm not sensitive to OLAPLEX, so I've been able to use it just fine with no issues. This is my bottle of number 3. I do have the shampoo as well. I've tried the conditioner, but I found that I don't really like how it makes my hair feel, so I just stick with the number 3, and then I like to use the shampoo to wash it out with later. I think they just work better when used together that way. This is the big size. Initially, they would only sell this size during the holidays, but where I live, they are now starting to carry it in this size all year round. And one of the complaints I've seen from people is that this being a small bottle, although this is the bigger size, doesn't go a very long way for how much you pay for it. So I wanted to show how I use it and get the most out of it, because I think I've used this one maybe twice so far, and I've only used up that much on my whole head. Now, I don't have super dense hair, but it is getting to be on the long side, so you do want to get as much out of this product as you possibly can. The other thing I have here is my spray bottle if my hair starts to dry out, because OLAPLEX works best on damp hair. I did go ahead and shampoo my hair first because I had a lot of product buildup, and OLAPLEX does work best on fairly clean hair. So starting with this front section, just take this down, and I'm going to apply maybe that much. It's not a ton, you can see. Rub it together in my hands, and then go on like that. Okay, now you might think, oh, this is not enough, but this is what I do to spread it around, okay? I just grab a strand and go over that strand like that, because the product is still all on my hands, I can feel it. So this is how I'm really spreading it, particularly because it's going to be difficult for me to comb through this here. It's a little bit tangled. So this ends up being kind of like a pre-poo session, especially because I do like to comb my hair before shampooing, and since I shampooed before I'm doing the OLAPLEX treatment, this is going to just help me separate my hair and get out a lot of the tangles and shed hairs as I go along, so that when I come to actually detangle fully in the shower, I am going to have a pretty good time of it here. And as I go along, you can see there's hair on my hand. Get out! Get out! Get out! Go! Go! Thank you. We have plants on the deck, and we also have kittens who think the plants are their litter box. So they're learning though. Anyway, that way I'm getting rid of the shed hair and everything will be good. And you can see I'm really just pulling the strands apart. I'm not being super thorough, but just enough to get OLAPLEX coated on every single strand. I'm not worried about going like super far to the root because that area is not highlighted, so it does not need that much OLAPLEX, and you can see it's much easier for me to rake my hands through. I did also put some product in yesterday and kind of finger combed then too, so it's not as bad as normal. But yep, this is my process. And when I'm finished with one section, I simply do a little bantu knot here. And put it back. And you can see that it is all ready to go. So I'll do the exact same thing for all of the remaining sections. You want to help? Here we are. That took me about 10 to 12 minutes. I was talking a little in the beginning, so it took a little bit longer. My camera is saying 16 minutes here, but still, 15 minutes ain't bad for this application. Probably could do a wash and go like this if I were so inclined. It's just too much work for me. But for treatment that I'm doing once a month, I think it is fine. So just try to get the last of this off, and then you let it sit for 10 minutes. I usually try to do 10 minutes from when I put the last one in, because if I did 10 minutes from the time I started it, then this one would only have a few minutes. It'll keep working as long as it's damp. OLAPLEX does say after about 45 minutes the ingredients stop working, so even if I left it on longer, it's not going to do much. So we'll just call 10 minutes from here, and even though these are going to be in for like 20 minutes, it doesn't really matter. And this is the amount of shed hair that came out while I was doing this process. Again, like I said, I did detangle a little bit yesterday with some finger detangling, but I'm sure a little bit more will come out in the shower. But yeah, that's how I do an OLAPLEX treatment. The next thing I will do is wash it out with the shampoo and condition and detangle as normal, and probably put just a very simple English braid or bun style in for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.